Is it running?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to continue our discussion about Burgettstown. And one of the things I wanted to elaborate on just a little bit more was some of the schooling problems I ran into when I got into second grade. First of all, when I went to the one room school, I learned cursive in first grade, and I was learning cursive in second grade.
So you didn't learn how to print.
I didn't learn how to print.
Jumped right into writing.
Nope. When I got to Burgettstown, they were printing. And they printed in second grade and third grade. And in, I think, third grade, fourth grade, they started cursive.
So you were way ahead of them in that.
Didn't really matter.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter because I didn't know my letters. By second grade, I didn't know the alphabet. And especially the letters that I recognized were cursive letters. So printed block letters meant nothing to me. Plus, I had a disability, dyslexia, that I didn't realize until I couldn't identify it till I got to college. But one of the things that happened in my brain was that all the words, if I ran across a word like the, they, them, their, those, all but the THs kind of thing, my brain didn't understand any of those. And I could not, if I were trying to read, when I was trying to read, I couldn't read because those had no meaning and I couldn't put anything to it. Nouns and verbs, those were all easy, but I couldn't read the thes, theys. It was anyway. So that was an issue. And another issue that I had in second grade we discovered was that I couldn't see. Not only could I not see, but I couldn't see at all. I was
Like 2200.
Yeah.
2400.
I was a lot. Like, I couldn't recognize a person 10 feet away from me. That's how bad my eyes were. So, all that stuff on the board was really difficult for me. So, second grade was big adjustment time.
Well, you mentioned not being able to see, so I remember taking you to the doctor. I took you to the eye doctor. But before that, just let me tell you a little that I've never told anyone. When I was in fourth grade, I got somewhere in a 2/3 back. I couldn't see the board. I mean, I could see it, but I couldn't read it. I realized at that point I needed glasses. I wasn't getting glasses because I wanted to be like my dad. My dad did not wear glasses. I wasn't wearing glasses. So the nurse, Mrs. Garcia, would come in and she's going to give you an exam, and that's, you had to get your physical. Well, she came in one day to take an eye test for everybody. Oh no, I am not going to be found out. I got sick, made myself throw up, had to go home. I did not take the eye test. I avoided getting glasses and being detected that I had to get glasses by that Mrs. Garcia. The whole way through, she never once tested my vision. I had one way or another of avoiding her. And when she'd walk into the school, my stomach would just get upset. Just anticipating maybe she's going to want to test eyes. So, yeah. So I didn't get glasses till I had to drive. And then you can't avoid it then. But playing baseball, I think I did relatively well in baseball because it looked like it was this big to my vision. It wasn't this little tiny ball. It was big target. So, and then once I got glasses, man, that's a little ball. So I don't know.
Yeah, see, that was not, when I first got glasses, they gave me bifocals. And I was trying to play ball with bifocals. So well, that was...
When you didn't have glasses, I don't know what the deal was, but when you went for your eye appointment to that doctor, down there next door to the Marianne movie theater in Burgettstown. I took you. And when you went inside the office, in that dark room, for him to test your eyes, I went in with you. He wanted me to stay in the office. I said, no, I'm coming in. I'm going in too. He goes, why? I said, because he can't read. He said, of course he can read. He's in second grade. He knows his letters. And he closed the door and he started testing you. And you go, what is that? And you didn't know. I said, I don't know if he can see it. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know his letters. And I had to argue with the guy significantly. I was really aggressive about it. And then finally he changed the vision chart to this kind of thing.
That. Yeah.
But I had to fight for you. And I don't know why I was in there fighting for you and Mom wasn't. Maybe Linda and Vic, she had to watch. I don't know what the deal was. But she trusted me to take you to the eye doctor. I don't know what that deal was. So.
Yeah, that was a strange. And along the eyeglasses issue, once I got glasses and could see, I still couldn't play ball. We played wiffle ball all the time.
Oh yeah, we did.
And we were playing wiffle ball one time, and I don't remember, it was a big ball that we had.
We played wiffle ball so much that we broke the wiffle. We always break it. And then we don't have one. So we would try to find whatever we could use to continue playing. And we often would use a dodgeball, a beach, any kind of ball. So.
Well, we had one time, I remember in the backyard, we were playing ball with a big ball. And I was out in the field, and either I was pitching and you were hitting, or somebody else was pitching and you were hitting, but you hit it, it came to me and I caught it, but I caught it on the side, and it took this little finger and bent it clear around. It was pointing down here.
Oh yeah, I remember that, down here.
Yeah. It was like, and it didn't hurt. It was just like, oh, what happened? So
I remember you standing there and holding this up. It looked all bizarre. And I ran up to you and I says, here, just hold still a minute. I'll fix it. And I grabbed your finger and I went like this and held it for a second, fully expecting it to go back. I thought it was dislocated, I assume. And I let go of it and it fell right back down. Oh, this is not good.
And that hurt.
I'm sure
it did. I mentioned to somebody that was painful. But then Mom and Dad took me to Dad. I don't know if Mom was involved, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we went to the doctor then. And so I'm sitting out in the waiting room with my finger pointing down here. There's people all around this waiting room.
Now, it's not pointing down. It's pointing off to the side.
Yeah.
It's parallel to your hand over here.
Yeah.
It really looks disgusting.
Yeah, it's in a strange way. That doctor comes out and he goes, oh, and he was one of these gruff, and he grabbed that thing in the waiting room, not after x-rays, and he grabbed that and pulled and yanked and turned, and I am screaming bloody murder.
I'm sure.
And then he'd let go and that thing would just fall right back down. He did it twice. And it was like, oh, please, I was begging him, don't touch it again. No. He goes, well, I guess we're going to have to x-ray. The people in the waiting room were turning white from just watching this craziness go on. But what had happened is when I caught that ball, it chipped the bone right out of the joint. So they had to put the little chip back in, and then I had a cast.
Yeah, you had 2 fingers.
Oh man, I'll tell you, that was painful. So.
Oh yeah.
So
you had that for a long time.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you. But you know what? As I get old, I get pains and aches all over. That finger is as good as new. It never causes me any pain. So that's.
We played wiffle ball and baseball in that yard in Burgettstown, hours and hours and hours. We would play kickball, wiffle ball, any kind of where you run the bases.
Yep.
Over and over and over again. So.
Well, one other story I want to talk about Burgettstown is that you decided, I don't know who decided, we decided to go to my grandpaps, and he lived 13 miles away through Florence, down in Hillendale, and we were going to walk. And we had the idea that we'll just hitchhike. Because back then, we used to go up to the swimming pool. Once in a while, we'd get a ride. So we figured, we'll get a ride to Grandpa's.
Convince Mom.
10, 12-year-olds, 2 boys, out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, we took off. We start walking down to Hillendale. Never did one car slow down to pick us up. We got to Hillendale. I was so friggin' tired. I thought it was like the Bataan Death March. It was a toughie.
Yeah, I remember us walking down there, but I don't remember it being as bad as you'd think I would have learned that after I got that new bicycle and before you ruined it totally, I convinced Mom to let me ride down there. I thought, oh, this will be such an easy ride. Oh, no.
One speed bike.
One speed bike, and when you're in a car, those hills just seem like little slopes. But when you're on a bike, oh, no. And I rode that, I think it took me 5 or 6 hours to get down there. And the only exciting thing that happened is on the hill going down into Raccoon State Park from Florence, on that hill, I'm letting her fly. There's a car. I come up behind a car that's driving real slow. I passed a car going down that hill. About 2/3 of the way down that hill, zoom, past that car. Now, it passed me not too much later because that road's really not level down there in the bottom. So you slow down quite a bit. But that's what I remember. And I was so tired when I got down there. I was so sorry that I wanted to do it and that Mother let me. And Dad, he was totally shocked that she let me do that because he had to come get me and take the bike back. So that was the deal.
Well, in Burgettstown, similar to when we lived on 30, we would disappear in the morning and we would be gone all day. Dad was at work and Mom didn't really get involved a whole lot. And that was just the way it was. We were just explorers. Yeah.
We were on the railroad tracks. We were in the strip mines. We were out in that other set of strip mines, usually not misbehaving, just out exploring, looking at the world,
checking it out. Yeah.
Trying to figure out what was what. Oh yeah, many an hour.
Okay, let's call this one a quit.